thought you cared about it.
He doesn't, man. He does not care.
He literally said you cared.
He didn't even react. He didn't give a face.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to the pregame show.
There's no vote. There's no vote. Where is vote?
There's no vote here. No vote.
There we go. Hey. So
That
it's just the same.
That actually, now that I think about it, I should have been more excited. There's no vote. Let's go! Finally a good show. Let's go.
I mean, lots of ISOs tonight, man. This is not a team sport. We are down to just 3. We're gonna clear it out, run some ISO.
Yeah,
you take an ISO, I'll take an ISO.
A soliloquy makes one person happy.
That's so true. It actually makes nobody happy.
That's true.
Nobody wants to hear soliloquies. We're presented as always by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app. Nuggets hosting the Phoenix Suns. Hosting the Phoenix Suns tonight on Chris Paul's return. We wanted Michael Porter to return. We wanted Jamal Murray to return. We got Chris Paul.
We did want to, yeah.
We got Chris Paul. I was like, hey, how about that? Well.
Yeah, we should have been like more specific.
We should have been way more specific.
We're like, I hope he comes back tonight.
We want the return to happen tonight.
Of the glorious point guard we have been missing. The basketball gods are like, I hear you.
I got you.
They are always listening.
The Holy Trinity. That's absolutely right. The Holy Trinity, there's God the Father, God the Son, D-Line Co.
As long as I'm the one that dies. I'm good.
Well, you're in luck. I got some news. You were set to suffer. And then over here, the Holy Ghost. It's Superstar Dev.
These are the 2 people that least listen to me.
Yeah, oh yeah.
In the whole place.
Oh.
Everyone else thinks that I have important things to say, and then you 2 are like, what did you say?
Yeah.
What did you say?
Murchel, I need a ruling on this. Okay. I have this thing I do. When the Nuggets are playing, it's called bullying. When the Nuggets are playing a team, let's say the Phoenix Suns, and their color scheme is purple, I don't wear purple to the show. Now, not everybody honors that rule, that unspoken rule of the pregame show. I see Superstar Dev over here.
I don't think that role applies to Dev because he dresses really nice every day.
Thank you, Merch.
Also, Dev's getting ready for Easter, man. It's right around the corner.
So
he wants to honor my death.
It is the Trinity.
The basketball
Trinity.
Is this whole day going to be like this? Is it going to be this bad the whole time?
Yeah. Oh, dude, it's bad. It's bad.
We're in the best mood, to handle a horrible losers lounge if that is to happen. But
I think
we're
that's
also
what
in
it
the
is.
best mood to handle a great winners lounge should that
Dude,
happen.
oh my God. Okay.
This is one of those games where the vibes, the vibes could be so fantastic. Like a big win tonight.
Let's just let the vibes take care of themselves.
We'll let the vibes be what they may, and we will respond. Or the vibes could be kind of low. The Nuggets are hosting the Chris Paulful Phoenix Suns. He is back. I don't know if you guys heard the news. Should I give the game notes?
Yep.
What do we call this section? Do we call it game notes?
We actually don't call it.
I think we're talking.
The reason it doesn't have a name is because Adam doesn't do it.
Who listened to Malone today?
That was me. Did you? You were not on that call? I'll tell you what happened.
You listened to Malone today.
Chris Paul is back. Michael Malone says, I knew he was close to being back. I just hoped it wouldn't be tonight. I think that was how we all felt. By the way, dick move him coming back tonight?
Yes.
They have nothing to play for. It's not even a home game. And he's like, I'm coming back at Denver on the second night of a back-to-back.
I like it.
No.
Oh.
You know what I don't like it for? Because I always think about, because we kind of, make fun of Embiid. He gets to play against all the bad sinners, and he rests against the good guys and things like that. Did Chris Paul look at this game and say, Bones Highland, Monte Morris, I really do that. Drop coverage with Jokic. This is the night. This is the night I try to go off against.
Look, man, last year's playoffs, I think he was like, it was real easy just walking into those mid-range jumpers. I might do that. I know it brings me no pleasure to say this, Eric. But it is, like I said, it's almost insulting that he picked tonight on the road. Can you imagine if Jamal Murray was like, at Indiana, that's when I'm coming back, on the road. It'd be like, what? So that's kind of what happened here. Nuggets, I hope, take it a little personally. Michael Malone, on his extension, he said, I knew a few days ago that this was going to happen. So your conspiracy theories about him maybe being like a grouchy guy in the past. And no, he knew this was coming. Still grouchy. He got to celebrate with his wife and kids. He says very rare that you get the opportunity, but being home, they were able to go out to eat dinner and drinks and stuff and kind of celebrate it. And he says it's so empowering when you have an ownership group that believes in you, the way he's talking about Stan and Josh Kroenke. He says 7 years in one place is a lifetime in this business. And to know that we have work to be and we'll be here, that we have work to be done and that we'll be here a while longer is really exciting for me and my family. And then he went into this, and I love this. I mean, Malone is so good. So, like, every time you step back a few days, any controversy you had, Malone has a good perspective on it. Whether he was right or wrong, he has a good perspective on it. And he says, think about it. I love when he starts says like, think about it. I benched the MVP the other night in the second half. Would I do that again? Probably not. I love that one. But I did it. That's what's great about Jokic. He said, Coach, you did the right thing. I thought you were going to send us home. Can you imagine if instead of benching him, he sent them? He's like, yo,
You
go
five.
home.
You five. Locker room.
You guys get out of here. I'm
Keep
so
it moving.
upset.
That's Eric Spoelstra.
He says he was excited. He just got a chance to play again. He says he accepts it. And if the MVP can accept hard coaching, then everybody else just falls in line. And I love that because his point here was he was talking about him as a coach and his success in this contract. He owes it to Jokic. All these people hop in my mentions sometimes. They're like, Malone would never be the Nuggets coach this long if it weren't for Jokic.
Picks.
And it's like, you know who agrees with you? Michael Malone. He's like, hey, man, thankfully I have this guy who's making me look good and will also allows me to lead because when he listens, everybody else goes, well, if he's listening, I better listen too.
Yeah, I mean, everybody agrees with him. If Malone agrees with him, everybody agrees with him. So you're not really saying anything that's rocket science. But also, the fact that Jokic is the type of leader that he is, where he can understand when he has a bad game. He can understand when the starters are not playing up to par. And he says, you made the right decision of benching him. Everyone else, that's like maybe a shot in the post game, or maybe, there's comments like the Nuggets organization have seen bad coaching. They have seen what it looks like when a coach tries to take control of the team and then the team rebel against him. Malone does not have that. He's had the luxury of having some, a pretty good superstar and the MVP in the league that understands everything that he does, and he knows that it's for a reason. You don't hear these bad things about Malone from the players. Yes, at times when the fans are upset about a loss, they try to blame it on him. But all in all, Malone is the guy for the Nuggets, and front office understands that, teammates and the team understands that, and they play hard for him. So It was the right decision.
Yeah, the thing that it's like that I have learned most about watching basketball over being like obsessive about other sports at various points in my life is that basketball to me feels like the most long form narrative of all of the sports. Like, because keeping a small number of players together and like sort of like understanding the concept of the core doesn't exist as strongly in any of the other sports. And there's like real power in having the coach be able to execute long-term strategy.
Totally.
That you're not typically able to do if you're worried about losing your job this year, or worried about making short-term, like changes that might hurt you in the long run, but you're like, I got to do this or I'm out. Like, so there's like, and you see it, like, this is why Malone is able to not empower rookies when other people want him to, when he really knows, like, listen, this isn't about tonight, this isn't about tomorrow, this is about like this guy's career, how he fits into the long-term vision of this team. And so it's very empowering, and it, we've seen it pay dividends, obviously. Like, we've seen Malone be able to execute and implement a pretty unorthodox style of offense to cater around his star Jokic, and like allow that and other people to sort of get in line with that long-term vision. And so I love that they're just like, you know what, like, we've committed this long to this idea, this like perfect like vision of the Nuggets. So like, go out there and like get us all the way out to the top.
There's no question about it. And it's funny because we're going to get more into this extension talk here in segment 2. But one of the things, there's two things that happen every year that goes by. Either the culture becomes more ingrained, as you're talking about, they've been here, the continuity factor, or it gets tiring, it gets expired. And I think that it's pretty clear. You can say what you want about Michael Malone and like good strategist, this or that. Like, people can have different opinions about that. But the one thing you can't argue is that this locker room doesn't seem tired of him. No. And that's a real impressive feat for 7 years, that people aren't just like tuning him out and doing this. Like, they all seem to enjoy him. So it's kind of cool. I'm curious though too. I was thinking about this. Nuggets got to come out and win one for Malone. Is this the old, like, Malone just got paid, let's go and show him we've got his back to the hour? Is this like...
They're like, we've been losing sleep over the amount of money our coach has.
I'm just saying, is it one of those, like, I don't know. Maybe probably not.
Well, I think that it's more so like on both sides. It's like hey, you got that monkey off your back, something that has been on your mind. Now you can calm down. Now you can ease. Like, the Nuggets are playing pretty well. in regards to like how the season was supposed to go and where they are right now. And that's a testament to not only their best player and these players that are, I'm not even going to say overachieving, but like getting the opportunity, but also their coach that is coaching them into these type of situations. I feel like he has gotten better every single year, and the Nuggets, wins have gotten better every single year. It goes all hand in hand, but we know that Malone is a tough guy. He's, like one of those, just trying to like force, drill sergeant type father figure type of coaches, and now he gets to calm down and get back to the like, let's give hugs, let's have fun.
I'll take a hug, Moach.
Are you saying he might just grab a guy?
He might just grab a guy and shake him,
grab
look him in his eyes.
He's got to grab a guy.
Really quickly though, the one thing I also think why Michael Malone's message has not grown tired is because he himself has grown exponentially, and he's not just saying the same thing over and over. His actually, like, the way he has conducted himself and the way that he's like gone about things has evolved. Like, he made horrible decisions early on in his tenure about, like, I mean, you can argue about whether or not he puts the MVP in too late, blah, blah, blah. He used to make like very head-scratching decisions a lot in game, and he's gotten like better and better and better. And that's like what I've appreciated the most about him, is that he has shown me that he's not just a victim, or at least not a prisoner of his own philosophy. Like, he allows that to change. So good for you, Michael Malone. I'm looking forward to that hug.
There you go. Going back to some of these game notes, though, he says he goes back to the advice of talking about his own success. Some of the advice Pop told him when he first started, Popovich, that is. He says, you got to be who you are. Like, the guys will know if you try to be something else, if you're like going off of like advices on leadership or this or that, like, guys eventually are going to see it and figure it out. And he's like, for him, he's been allowed to be who he is as a coach, and it comes off as authentic. And he says, as long as your players know that you care about them and that there's a relationship, that allows for the tough love to be acceptable. Then he says, but you got to pick your spots. I'll reel it out really quickly if I go back to that. Well, he kind of almost made it implied, like, I did the benching thing. I kind of used up all my good graces. Like, that's my one bullet. I can't do that level of tough love anymore. But he did say, when you have your best player, who happens to also be, in my opinion, the best player in the NBA, it sets the tone for everyone else. And he says that Nikola Jokic bought into the culture that they preached 7 years ago, his rookie season. They preached it, he bought into it, and everybody has just fallen in line behind him there. And he also says, I'm not naive. As a players' league, my relationship with Nikola is what's the reason we've had success. It's so true. I just love that. Then he talked about DeMarcus Cousins, and he just said that Boogie's impact has been positive. He used this line: you hear all these stories about the boogeyman. He's gonna come in.
God.
He's got a boogeyman's gonna come in and ruin the locker room. And he says it's been the exact opposite. He thinks the team and the players have been pleasantly surprised with his voice, that it's not just that he has been like a guy that they enjoy being around, but that he actually has this leadership quality that gets unreported. So kind of an interesting thing. We heard this also from Darrell Arthur when he came on the show not too long ago. Hopefully you guys are tuning in even on off days, but Darrell Arthur came on and he talked about DeMarcus Cousins has kind of been an important leadership voice. And look, man, two people behind the curtain saying that, I think we can go ahead and count that.
Yeah, and also I think it was the perfect situation for a player like DeMarcus Cousins, who is pretty vocal. And even with that bad rap, the Nuggets, their best player is Jokic, and he's not that voice. Jamal Murray is not that voice and bringing those type of things. That's why they had Millsap, and then when you get rid of a player like that, who's going to be that voice? So having a guy come in that actually has to work hard and has to bring it every single day for him to pretty much be a part of the team and into this league still, I think that was a welcome addition. And also he has a resume in the league. So it's not like it's just a random guy. Davon Reed can't walk into the room and demand that type of attention. He has a resume. He's been an all NBA type player. So a lot of it went hand in hand, but it was a perfect timing. And also I think that in the long run, it's going to help a player like Jokic, because you get to see the different type of personalities, the different type of people that have come in while you're still the best player in the league, but you also get to see how them leadership qualities like get taken on. So a lot of the question goes to DeMarcus Cousins of how Jokic has helped him, but I think Jokic has taken a lot from him as well.
Yeah. We move on now to Michael Malone getting extended. We'll talk a little bit more about this in the pregame, so this will be more of an appetizer, or in the postgame, but this will be more of an appetizer. But, what was your initial response? Were you guys surprised? First of all, I'll ask, the timing of this is just interesting. 9 games left in the season. Now he gets the extension. What was your initial thought when you saw that, Deb?
I was not surprised at all. I think that it's a great timing, especially right now. It's like, hey, even on the year that was not, this was a contending team. And while I don't think at this moment in time they're contenders because they're missing players, it's like, hey, you still did really well this year. You still have your guys playing like hard every single night. You could beat any team in this league. We're going to reward you right now because of all the hard work that you're putting in. Also, we're going to ease yourself into next season when it is going to matter again. You're not going to have to think about it every single night and be on these players hard. Now you're the coach of the future, so not only act like that, but just know we're backing you. So I think that the timing was very, very important.
Yeah.
As well as just hey, we're going to reward the guy that's been here. You don't have to think about it again.
Also, the timing is good because, should the Nuggets not fully reach their potential this year because the cavalry does not, in fact, arrive, just immediately quiets that conversation. Fire Malone, Nuggets, blah, blah, blah. And, where if you're paying attention to the team, the team obviously, it's the purgatory year. So
right.
It's nice that Michael Malone doesn't have to worry about, am I going to be punished for things that are out of my control? So,
Kale, can we take a quick trip to Conspiracy Corner?
Oh!
Can we take a quick trip? Maybe just a little quick detour?
Oh, okay. Well, we can still visit there. I mean,
all right. Well, we're just going to go manually to Conspiracy Corner. I do wonder if there's a little bit of Michael Porter, Jamal Murray, are they coming back? Are they not? We don't know. We'll find out. It might just be. But if you are bringing them back, and Michael Malone's over here thinking, I don't have an extension. If we miss the play, I bring them back and we go 0 for 4 down the stretch. There it is. Conspiracy Corner.
Thankfully you didn't get into your conspiracy just yet.
Yeah, now. Thank God. Now I can upvote. No, downvote.
What the hell?
What the hell?
What conspiracy are
downvote Kale.
They couldn't see that.
Oh. The Conspiracy Corner. So maybe there is a chance of hey, man, this is going to come down to every game matters, and you want me to play Michael Porter, and he hasn't played for 4 months?
Right.
And you want me to play him, and then if I lose and we miss the playoffs, you might not give me an extension? So this might have been hey, don't worry, here's your extension.
That's what I mean. It just it ends the narrative before it begins.
Yeah. I just think there could be a little bit of that in play. We'll talk more about Michael Malone being extended and what it means. The Nuggets back on track to not skipping steps. That's kind of one of my takes.
Do I want to make a joke about
What's
Michael
that?
Malone extended? It's all right. Just keep going. Don't worry about it. Just
what is that?
Keep on rolling.
What is that, man? It was a joke for one person. Tonight, Nikola, the Nuggets social media account has started doing the thing where it's hey, if you retweet this, we'll show you Jokic's suit, and of course everybody loves it. Tonight, Jokic's fit as he arrives. Here it is. Another banger. Suit Jokic. I love Jokic being why are you guys filming? What the hell is this? Look at the man, though. Handsome. Style and sophistication all in one.
Coming through.
Coming through. Oh, my goodness. Jokic's ready to bring it. So I have a question, Dev. Actually, I'm going to start with Eric. You've been large on haircut Jokic.
Sure.
Haircut Jokic,
Been large
man.
on everything.
Largest.
The largest guy. Haircut Jokic. This means a game's coming. But is haircut Jokic given way to suit Jokic?
Has suit Jokic supplanted haircut Jokic? Wow. So
which Jokic would you take? You had to pick one.
Oh, haircut Jokic. Haircut Jokic signals that a transformation has taken place. Hold on. What was he wear his goddamn suit on the court?
Well,
listen, haircut Jokic is great. I mean, great. Bad news, everyone. Kale disagrees with me. I guess I'll kill myself. Anyway, haircut Jokic signifies a readiness for battle, removal of all external distraction, a more aerodynamic approach towards a physical requirement on the court. Suit Jokic, great. I mean, listen, you're asking me to compare two things that are very powerful. I'm just sorry. Haircut Jokic is the most powerful of the Jokic's. This Jokic,
Super Saiyan.
This Jokic, Suit Jokic is oh, we mean business. Haircut Jokic means we're going to fucking war.
Wow. Dev,
you're
with him?
Do you agree with Kale? Where was Kale?
Hold on. I'm letting some people make some arguments here.
I think that you guys
Here's
are
what the
getting,
chat says too.
I think you guys are getting tricked. That's what I think is happening.
What?
I think you guys are getting tricked. First off, he was hot to trot right there. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Oh, doctor.
But they're the same. Haircut Jokic wears a suit. He gets a haircut on the same days that he wears a suit. I'm telling you. It's not like he has a haircut. He did have a haircut.
No, he was a
That's
little
what I'm saying.
shaggy.
Here's the
only
thing. Here's
look at the outfit.
Can I tell you something? I think Yoke has 2 haircuts. I think he has regular, I cut my hair, and then he has the super tight. And that's what we call haircut Jokic, is when he goes to the super tight one.
There it goes. But I still think that it's a haircut. It's haircut Yoke.
Man.
Because
Of course it's haircut
no
Yoke.
one even talks about the professional looking Yoke. You know, you don't really see it. And also,
Looks like a different
you
man.
can't put it on the court. The haircut, you can see it on the court. Like, oh, he looks very nice while he has
what a
this
salient
triple-double.
point.
You
Who
see
else
what I'm
could have
saying?
made a point so good?
Well, you guys both made some interesting
All
points.
right, here comes the dissent.
It's
just know that you're aligning yourself with Kale. Again, I just want to remind you. Go.
Hey, Kale, me and you, buddy. I'm telling you, great takes. Here's my point. You know, when you're a child, you don't like to wear a suit. You don't like to wear a suit when you're a child. But as you age, as you grow, as you mature.
Okay, so you're talking about one moment in his life where he
Do babies
decided to
get
wear a suit.
haircuts?
Do babies wear? No, I'm just saying. Like
Just
you're
saying,
talking
man.
about, there was a line of demarcation where
There
he wore
was.
suits, and now he
There was.
does wear them. But you're saying, does
you know what
does
happened?
He grow up from a baby to a man every night he wears a suit.
You know what happened when he started wearing suits?
What happened?
Started winning MVPs.
Oh.
He
I'm
started
not even
winning
listening to what I'm
MVP.
saying.
He got haircuts. He was playing well. But he started getting MVPs when he became a different man.
But so is he.
A different man.
Oh, this is
it's
absurd.
suit Jokic.
This
He
is
means
ridiculous.
business. It shows a maturation process.
Unbelievable.
The haircut
That
is
happened
great.
one time, dude.
As we know, statistically, we've looked into this. Statistically,
Bro.
haircut Jokic, numbers don't actually show that he plays better, but suit Jokic, that is the guy.
I
Suit
cannot believe
Jokic.
you have put me in a position where I'm rooting against Jokic tonight.
You're rooting for
I have to.
Oh, if Yoke goes off tonight.
I'll be like, oh, man, he's onto something.
Woo! If he
might
goes
have
off
us here.
tonight, I am going to be so insufferable.
Oh, he's gonna be great
my
tonight.
God.
He's got great. I'm telling you. You're saying like which of these like machine guns is more powerful? they both are, but his haircut is the more powerful.
Oh, we might playoffs. I hope we get haircut suit Jokic. It's going to
Holy
be
smokes.
unbelievable.
I hope he wears that suit onto the floor. Makes us all look dumb.
I hope he does not wear the suit on the floor. That means he's on the bench.
Split comment section. Very controversial, huh? Wow,
The
we're gonna
people that
have
say
to. We're gonna have to
haircut,
tweet
they're
this out. We're gonna have to put it out from the Nuggets
Yeah,
account. Suit
yeah,
Jokic
yeah.
or haircut
Well,
Jokic.
here's how we're going to do it. We're going to put it out, give it a poll, ignore the results unless they come to the conclusion that it's haircut Jokic because it's obviously haircut
I
Jokic.
like that one.
All right, it's that time. Everybody's favorite time where we hop on DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app, and we place some bets on the Denver Nuggets. Dev sometimes makes bets not on the Denver Nuggets. Dev, take the wheel.
Just set up the readers. Well.
It's that time again, is it not?
Yes. The Nuggets come into the game as 1-point favorites.
It's insane to me. It's
It is
crazy.
pretty much a pick 'em.
Dude, holy smokes.
It's the fact that they got their point guard back. Point guard. They got their point guard back. The wild thing about this one is Nuggets came into this game as 3-point favorites earlier in the day, even after the Chris Paul news. So that means that people are just hammering
Yeah,
for
Phoenix.
the Suns to cover this game. This is really a pick 'em. So like the
No, I think
-1
it was more the Chris Paul news.
No,
Yeah.
it was still there after the Chris Paul news.
Really? Are you
Just
sure?
probably immediately.
Yeah.
But like it's just slowly been
Yeah, maybe.
as the days crept on.
But yeah, I mean, so he brings in a 2-point, change from there. What's wild is to know that like he comes straight into the game as 13.5 points. Like they don't think that he's just gonna just be out on the floor and just get himself some running in. They think he's gonna actually be himself. Like assists is high, points is pretty high. Like things are like his normal self, which I don't like. So I'm gonna go under point guard points. Under 13.5 for Chris Paul. That drop coverage is not happening. It's not gonna happen this
I
time.
love it, dude. I love it. I love a slander bet.
So we go over to what I really like. We'll just hurry up and get the lock in.
Get it. What is it? What are we talking about?
Monte Morris
What?
points, rebounds, and assists.
Ooh, really?
It's only 18.5.
The mayor of Locktown, USA?
Lockdown USA. I
right.
like it. Points, rebounds, and assists. They're pretty hot. Another one that I really like. Aaron Gordon points, rebounds, and assists.
Man, you've been on.
Man,
some
you've been
AG.
on that one, and I feel like it hasn't necessarily.
What? He just had a huge game. He only has to have 20. And last game, we seen him get like 6
When
assists,
are you gonna bet
7
on
rebounds.
Deshaun Bones Highland so I can pay
Can
attention?
you listen? Can you listen?
I guess not.
Aaron Gordon is 21.5 points, rebounds, and assists. That's too low. He's been playing. Last game I feel like was like one of his most complete games. We haven't seen the rebound and assist come in with the points as well. He's back part of the offense. The shot has finally started falling. We're gonna ride the whale on that. I think that he's gonna get it. Those are my 2 locks.
Okay.
Both of them double
All right.
locks.
Okay.
So now we could get into the part where we put some things together.
All right.
Where we put some things together. This is where you ruin people's nights.
Everyone's
Let's do it.
We said
Let's
points,
do it.
rebounds, and assists for Monte, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
All right.
for both. 18.5, I like it. He's been getting like 13, 14 rebounds because he is now starting to take the Chris Paul effect where he's doing the mid-range shots on drop
I
coverage.
can't believe you're making me take Aaron Gordon points,
You gotta do
rebounds,
it.
assists
You gotta do
again.
it.
I feel so bad about this.
I mean, come on, bro. I mean, I didn't feel that.
It's
bad.
like how Bones threes make Bones is like betting on it makes it more fun. Betting on Aaron Gordon makes watching him less fun. Because then I'm just like, rebound, come on, cut, drive to the basket.
To be honest, just behind the curtain, that is literally exactly what it is to watch a basketball game with Adam.
Yep, that's what it's like.
So now we could do a parlay. So when we put it together, I don't know if you guys can look at me while I keep going. What is the lowest you could get on Monte's points? I mean, assist only, because it's normally at 3.5, which I just feel is too low. He gets it so fast.
Holy smokes.
And they keep putting it super low. So I'm guessing you could get it at 2, maybe.
Let's see.
That's easy.
Let's see. Assists. Okay, so we're gonna do 2 on Monte assists.
What is there?
Over under 2.5.
2.5. Yes. Over.
Wow.
You just throw that in there.
Over 2.5.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Over 2.5. Jokic rebounds is 10.5 the lowest you can go.
Let's see. In the app, you can
have
go
to scroll
over 10 and a
down.
half.
You have
Over
to
10
scroll
and a
down
half.
to the bottom one.
Yep. So yeah, if you could get the 10,
Well, yeah,
You
or
don't
you
like
can,
that one?
or if you were to choose just the number of, you can go 11 is the.
so same
less.
thing, the 10.5.
Yep, yep.
All right.
Bones 1 3-pointer. I like that. So if you
Yeah,
don't want to take,
home,
if you don't
yeah.
feel comfortable in the Jokic rebounds, which I do, I think that you should go to at least the
Bones.
You needed
threes.
4 last time. I'm taking 2+.
I'm taking one.
I love,
Yeah,
I love
like
betting
one.
on Bones.
But when it hits, we're all excited. So
Yeah.
it's something we can all be happy with.
All right. Okay.
What is something else that we like?
What do we think about Jokic points tonight? He usually has.
What about Jokic threes?
But Jokic
Ayton
isn't
inside,
It's
you know,
true.
like I think
Jokic
he might
usually
take a
has
three.
been known to cook Ayton in the past. Not lately.
No,
that
yeah,
much,
not
I was
lately.
about to say,
He's
Aiden
good. I'm gonna take a
plays him a
Jokic
little
three.
bit better,
Jokic three?
but he
All right.
does step out on the 3-point. Like,
All right.
yeah, let's
Jokic
throw
three.
that in.
You
there.
know who else is like a solid 3-point? Monte has just been hitting threes, man.
He
I'm gonna
should
take a
go-
Monte 3 too. So I got this a 5-pick parlay. Monte 2.5 assists. Jokic 10.5 rebounds. Bones a 3. Jokic a 3. Monte a 3. I feel good about that.
Goodness, what is
Ah!
that at?
Plus 220. I feel like
I
that's
thought it would
good.
be higher. That is pretty good.
I'm telling you, my scariest part: Jokic rebounds 10.5.
Yeah, and if Yoke is the one that you're afraid of, you're in good money. You're in good money there.
I like it. I'm in. I'm all in. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in. It should be fun. Hop on social media. Make the bet. Make your vote known. Suit Jokic or haircut Jokic right now?
Don't make the wrong choice. All
Don't
right?
make the wrong choice, man. But right now, 50-50. So this is going to be a tough one. We'll see you right back here for the postgame show. We'll see you.